Gucci. Love it. Alright, I haven't gotten any messages, so... Perfect. Alright. Nice. Liddy. Well, for y'all on YouTube, what's going on, guys? It is Nicolad Gamer, and today for you guys, it is now day 2, or week 2, whatever you want to call it, for Reading with Nick, relocated on Twitch. I know last time my face was all squishy inside the thing and my audio was weird, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna stay that way, but who cares? It is what it is. So, right now, and I know there was also the issue with the sound almost overpowering me, so I apologize for that. Hopefully, Emily, now that you're here, you'll be able to let me know if it's working and I can adjust it when needed. But, which in this case, she's the one being oh so kind to screen record this for me. So if her keyboard comes up and I asked her to do something for me, just go with it. You're listening to the book, okay? You're listening to the book. You don't need. I'm just there. I'm on the screen. That's just because that's the only way I can get it done. All right. But other than that, you're just listening to my voice and watching as she types. Thank you. Okay. So. This time, for the music choice, I picked Lazy Afternoons from Kingdom Hearts 2. Really cute song. Hi, YouTube people. Hi, YouTube people. She said it too? We all said it. We're great. So, basically, what today is going to be is, hopefully I can get done with 2 chapters. It tells me how long it takes to read these. So, this one said 19 minutes last time, but it isn't giving me a time right now. So, oh, I'm getting Discord notifs. We're gonna turn you off, because you don't want to be turned on. Okay. So, I might as well just get into it. Let's see, first of all, can you hear the music at all? Is it loud? Is it soft? If it's too soft, I'll raise it. If it's too loud, I'll lower it, but it's hard for me to hear, so I don't know. Good? Awesome. So, we are going to be reading, again, Everflame, as was in the last, let me close my door. In the last, thingamajiggy, we had chapter 2 and, to read. I want to do 2 and 3, and then depending on how long 4 is, I'll do 4. It's perfect? Awesome. So, I might as well just get started. And if you are watching from YouTube and do not know where to find chapter 1, you can go, there should be a playlist in the playlists tab for Reading with Nick, and you can find the first one there. Hopefully, if it's not already been removed. Haha, just kidding. But here we go. We're on chapter 2, which is Defiance. From the first chapter, we heard how Eve and I found what did he name the kid? He didn't name the kid yet. Okay, so he just found this kid, and he's with his wife. What's his wife's name? Golden Heart. Golden Heart. I said that was a pretty name, and she was like, "So why is there this human kid chilling in our house?" And he's like, "I don't know, I found him." And she's like, "Alright, well, might as well keep him." And that's where we're at right now. Or no, he's gonna go to King Irontooth and ask for the permission to own this human child. But here we go. Chapter 2, Defiance. It was a very busy morning in the main tunnel that led through the center of Grey Mountain and up to the king's castle. Eve and I grimaced as he made his way through. He had hoped for the smallest amount of traffic possible. The main tunnel was where the majority of business was conducted in the kingdom. It was about 50 yards wide, and with an arched ceiling that stood 30 feet high. Painted along the ceiling were artful depictions of key events in the history of the bears. The bears were very proud of their history, and most adults could name each painted scene on the ceiling by heart. Yet, in contrast, the walls of the tunnel were bare with the exception of torches to light the way. This was so merchants and traders could set up stands in the unoccupied spaces. There were many stands where bears could purchase things to decorate their cave. Patterned blankets, tapestries, and colored rugs hung in display. Soft mattresses filled with straw or feathers leaned against the walls. Paintings of King Irontooth could be purchased, as well as recreations of some of the historical events that adorned the ceiling of the tunnel. Strongback's lighting of the Everflame was a particular favorite. The metal workers had their section of the tunnel where they sold pots, utensils, and tools. The woodworkers did a bit better for themselves, as they sold tables and cabinets for storage. Some bears had wooden doors that fitted the entrance to their caves, though most found doors to be rude and antisocial. The woodworkers were also artistic, and their carvings were very well liked. It was currently popular to purchase a family carving. Even I had looked into it for himself and Goldenheart, but he thought it might seem empty without the addition of a cub. There were also stands that sold items for leisure activities. Just last week, Eve and I had purchased a John Ball. He and Whiteclaw were very good at the game, and at least once per week played with other bears in the kingdom. John Ball was a simple enough sport, the goal being able to move the John Ball into an opponent's territory by any means necessary. The bears played in teams of 5, and the team who had crossed into their opponent's territory with the most during a full hour of play was the victor. The John Ball Eve and I had purchased was a dark brown leather ball with a stone inside for added weight. The John Balls used now were less barbaric than what the game's inventors used many years back. The story was that a man was out hunting bear, and, rightly so in the bear's eyes, was killed by his prey. The bears who killed the man had then played a game with his head as the ball. Having seen that property of John Hole III was written upon the man's trousers, it was decided the game would be called John Ball. To make it popular for the masses, as most bears do not enjoy playing with corpses, the ball was redesigned. Okay. The main tunnel was also where the bears purchased their food, breads, cheeses, fruits, meat, and certainly fish. Fish was a favorite of the bears, and in the tunnel all kinds could be found. They sold salmon, mackerel, bass, trout, cod, halibut, tuna, swordfish, catfish, herring, pickerel, chub, carp, smelt, grouper, flounder, perch, haddock, sardines, tilapia, and even candied anchovies for the cubs. I want you to know that is 5 lines worth of just fish. Just different kinds of fish. Okay. This section of the tunnel was always the busiest, and no bear ever passed through without a watering mouth. I want you to know, I think it's very interesting that, considering these are bears, that they eat and live the way humans eat and live. Like, it's all the same. There's no real difference to it. I personally think that's kind of interesting, because when you have, like, a story about an animal, it tends to go work how an animal's life just works completely. Like, of course these bears are out hunting and doing things that bears do and whatever, but now bears are making material out of leather and wearing it as armor, and like this is like Tarzan revamped. I don't know, like Brother Bear could not compare. That rhymed. Okay. Even I tried to make his way through the tunnel as inconspicuously as possible. He carried the boy in a sack that hung around his neck, just as the fish had been carried the night before. The boy never made a sound. He was remarkably well behaved. It struck even I as odd, yet he didn't dare open the sack while in the tunnel, as he knew what pandemonium would ensue. Even I supposed he was lucky the boy's behavior helped him stay unnoticed. However, as he passed Hawksfoot, the old salmon merchant, his luck ran out. So, I think even I thinks the kid's just dead inside the sack, and he's like, well, I'm not gonna open it, because if he's alive, then he'll be dead in 2 seconds. And I think that's cute. Not cute, but I don't know. I found it funny, but I didn't want to laugh in between. Okay, Hawksfoot. I need a Hawksfoot voice. Well, if he's Hawksfoot, maybe if he stepped on a hawk, then the hawk infused inside of him, So we'll give him a voice kind of like a hawk. Okay.
Even I,
Hawksfoot called out.
Hey, let's see your catch.
Even I moved quickly toward the old bear. The sooner he could get to Hawksfoot, the sooner the bear would stop drawing attention with his yelling. Hawksfoot had gray fur and wide staring eyes. He had been a celebrated fisher in his day, but had long since lost the necessary reflexes. It had not made him bitter, though. Instead, Hawksfoot had turned to selling fish, which he seemed to love just as much. He was always in a friendly mood and always eager to see Even Eye's catch.
Even I, what have you brought me this morning? Night fishing again? I'll bet you've got a big catch to sell me today, don't you?
Hawksfoot ogled the fish sack with expectant eyes. He always made a great profit from Even Eye's catches. Even Eye tried to be casual, but his words came hurried and awkward. No, nothing today, Hawk. Just passing through. Sorry.
You alright?
Hawksfoot asked, narrowing his eyes. Love it. I'm glad you like it. Oh, me? Fine, Even Eye chuckled. Just up late. Night fishing, you know.
So you do have fish. Let me see them.
Hawksfoot stepped forward and reached for the sack. No, Even Eye shouted. I mean, I can't. They're not for sale. I'm on my way to see the king.
I should have known,
Hawksfoot said, smiling. I always
said you were the smartest bear I know. You've got yourself a prize catch there, and you're off to offer it up to the king. You're a keen one, Even Eye. Real sharp.
Well, you figured me out, Even Eye said with a laugh, visibly relieved.
Go ahead and run on. So those fish stay fresh,
Hawksfoot urged.
Go on.
Even Eye nodded at the old bear and made his way onward. He had been so nervous talking to Hawksfoot that he was surprised his legs still worked. As he walked through the main tunnel, the boy inside of the sack continued to behave remarkably well. Only once did he stir, and that was as Even Eye passed the sweet treats merchant. The smell of baked goods had obviously reached through the boy through the sack. Be still, little one, Even Eye whispered. I promise I'll get you something when you return. It was a little known fact outside of the bear kingdom, but bears loved baked goods. Pies, cookies, cakes, they loved everything sweet. That's weird. Bears just love them. They just love the sweets. I don't know how that works. That, like, we think they like eating us, and they're just like, come on, we just want your apple pie. Even Eye's personal favorites were brownies. Like, he loved them almost as much as fish. In fact, brownies were one of the things that had made him fall in love with Goldenheart. She made the best brownie. Like, how do you cook the brownies? Like, where's your oven? You don't walk, you carry it in your mouth, meaning, do you have to stick your head inside the oven to put the tray of brownies in? Is your mouth too big to fit on the tray? Do you have to have, like, an arch for your mouth on the tray so that you can put it in? Do you have to, like, put it in a way that your lip hits the little heat tray in the oven, and then you just have, like, a dysfunctional fat lip for the rest of your life? Like, what? Anyway, she made him the best brownies he'd ever tasted. They made him feel like he was floating on air. So not only do they walk and make brownies, but damn, they're flying now. He had nicknamed them Goldenheart's Magical Brownies. Oh, I'm trying to figure out, these bears are more human than me. I'm trying to figure out, like, are these brownies gonna play a part in the story? Like, at the very end, like, Even Eye's gonna die, and he's just, like, laying, and Goldenheart gives him the brownies, and he's like, I can do this! Once Even Eye had finally moved past the crowd of the main tunnel, he heaved a sigh of relief. He allowed himself to think he was in the clear until he heard a strong from behind. Even Eye stopped, and White Claw circled in front of him. Don't do this, White Claw whispered. I'll help you come up with a better solution. Do not show that child to the king. It'll be fine, Even Eye said. I'll make him understand. And what if he does not? White Claw asked. He will, Even Eye assured his friend. What if you're wrong? White Claw pressed. He will order you to return that child. And what then, Will you sacrifice everything you've worked for, your reputation, your wife's reputation, everything, for that boy? Please, Whiteclaw, you must trust me, Even I said, and stared unwavering. Whiteclaw lowered his gaze and sighed. If this is something you must do, Whiteclaw said, then at least you will not do it. It will not be done alone. You are a good friend, Even I said, smiling. Even I said, smiling. You know what I meant. Brownies are most important. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, you're a good friend, Even I said, smiling, and you won't regret this. The bears turned and marched toward the castle. As it came into view, Even I could hear Whiteclaw swallow hard. I have a plan, Whiteclaw, Even I said. Care to share it? Whiteclaw asked. You'll just have to trust me, Even I said. Whiteclaw shook his head and smirked. The tunnel opened to the sky just in front of the castle that rose from the mountain's peak like a giant flower, opening to the sun. You know, Brian makes fun of me all the time for just not being able to read, and now it's kind of starting to take a toll on me. Where were we? The castle's walls were arranged like the petals of a flower, great stone petals that were disjointed yet seamless. They came tighter and tighter until they met the lone tower that rose from the middle of the castle, like the flower's stigma. Atop that tower, the Everflame burned in all its glory. The elder bears had worked tirelessly to carve the king's castle directly from the peak of the mountain. It was the single greatest achievement in the history of the bears, and each of them regarded the castle and its flame as sacred. Even I and Whiteclaw approached the guard at the castle's door and told him they had business in the king's court. The guard recognized them as advisors, and they were admitted without question. The double door opened and revealed polished stone so smooth it looked wet, sparkling with natural light from the windows. Life-size sculptures of the previous kings lined the walls down the hall. There were 33 in total, beginning with the first king of the bears, King Longbranch, and ending with King Bluestar, Irontooth's predecessor. A sculpture was only commissioned after a king's rule had ended. Oh, God, the thing went out. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want to hear that song. I don't want to hear it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my God, my controller went off. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Oh, we can hear that one. Okay. Where are we? Yeah, the bears made their way to the courtroom and stood in line just outside. There were only two groups before them with cases to present to the king. A guard stood at the entrance of the court and informed each party when it was their turn to enter. Technical difficulties. Almost half an hour passed when the bears directly before Even I and Whiteclaw were admitted. Afterward, the guard returned and stared at the friends in confusion. You can go right in, the guard said. You know you two don't have to wait in the case line. We do, Even I said. We have a case to be judged by the king today. Come on now, the guard said. You're pulling a goof on me. You can't expect me to believe the two of you are at odds with each other. No. We just have something to be presented to the king, Whiteclaw explained. Oh. The guard nodded his head, rolled back and forth on the balls of his feet, and then pointed at the bulging sack. What's in the bag? None of your business, Whiteclaw growled. Fine, the guard muttered. Have it your way. A few minutes passed, and the sound of a gong was heard, signaling a decision by the king in the current case. The guard opened the door and extended his arms, motioning Even I and Whiteclaw to enter. The bears walked to the center of the room and stood upon a large star, etched into the polishing stone. They turned to face the king, whose throne sat at the top of a short series of steps with 5 guards to each side. It was intimidating to Even I, as this was the first time he found himself the focus in such a large room. About 200 bears sat in attendance today, but the room could easily fit 1,000. Bleachers lined the side walls, as well as the back wall. Both bears felt small as they looked through the open ceiling to see the Everflame high overhead. It took them a moment to muster their courage before they addressed the king. Your Majesty, they each said, and bowed before King Irontooth. It is Irontooth! Oh yeah, it said Irontooth in the last page, I don't know why. Okay. What are you two doing? The king asked. I'm in no mood for pranks. Murmurs from the crowd washed over the two bears like a wave. Silence! The king called. The king called. He nodded at Even I and Whiteclaw so they may speak. Your Majesty, Even I began. This is no joke. I am here today to tell you of the events that befell White Claw and I last night. White Claw is here as my witness. I would ask that you hear my story, and afterward I will present you with a plan. I have to bring further prosperity to our future. Will you hear me, O king? ? End quote. Of course I will hear you, even I, Irontooth said. You are one of my most trusted advisors. I would be a fool to ignore that which you feel you must say. But first, and now the king pointed directed at the sack in front of Even I need to know what is moving in that bag. Every bear in the courtroom shifted their attention to the sack at Even Eye's feet. It was something obvious was trying to push its way out. As you wish. Even Eye opened the sack and out crawled the smiling little boy. The crowd erupted in surprise. Oh my god, I can just imagine the like... But whatever. Silence! I demand silence! King Irontooth yelled. The crowd hushed and the king looked down over Even Eye and the child at its feet. You had better explain yourself, Irontooth said, and you'd better do it quickly. Yes, sire. Even Eye related the events of the previous night just like he had earlier to his wife. Oohs and ahs came from the crowd as he told of the battle with the wolves, but the audience did not seem as impressed with Even Eye as he spoke of his decision to bring the child back to the mountain. Even Eye could see that if he stopped speaking, he may never get a chance to explain his plan, so as his account of the night finished, he kept talking. Okay, so my king, this is what I propose, Even Eye continued. This child is obviously unwanted by the humans. Therefore, there is no danger of them attempting to reclaim him. I propose we keep him on the mountain and raise him as a member of our society. The murmurs of the crowd got louder, but Even Eye ignored them. Once the boy becomes an adult, he can be an ambassador of peace between us and the humans. When the humans see how we have taken care of one of their own, they will not fear us any longer. We can begin a new era of cooperation between our two societies. Together, bears and humans could reach goals we never dreamed possible. I beg of you, O king, trust in my judgment. An era of peace between bears and humans would be a great ease to our need for security. We would be able to open trade to lengths we never thought possible. Without humans fearing us, we may also be able to spread the kingdom of bears further than ever before. I'm sure there would be many benefits I have not even considered. The possibilities are endless. I understand what I ask is radical in nature, but I know in your wisdom you will see the truth of my words. The king did not need to call for silence again. The crowd was too shocked to make noise. Everyone waited breathlessly for King Irontooth to speak. Okay. What say you, White Claw? The king asked. Do you stand in agreement with Even Eye? White Claw paused before he spoke. When he did, his words rang clear. I do, good king. Even Eye has always had keen judgment. It has never led me astray. Warmth rose in Even Eye at his friend's kind words. He now looked up at the king with confidence. However, King Irontooth frowned, and Even Eye's spirit quickly cooled. Even Eye, the king said, we all know why you were given such a name. Your good ethics and morals have always given authority to your decisions, even when you were a cub. You have always advised me at the best interest of the kingdom at heart. You have done your name proud. However, I fear you have brought a mark against it today. Confidence and feeling alike now left Even Eye's body. He was in a nightmare he could not escape, and he remained motionless as the king continued. Bringing this child here was a mistake, Irontooth said. It is not the responsibility of the bears to rear a child discarded by humans. Did you even consider why the humans might seek to rid themselves of this boy? He could be evil. Look at him. Even now he has no fear of us. It seems unnatural to me. And to your plan for future prosperity, I ask what is wrong with the prosperity our kingdom sees on this day? We are doing just fine without the aid of humans. Bah. Humans. Humans who have made war with one another, and have hunted us for game. Why would we become allies with such despicable creatures? This boy that sits in front of us would probably kill us once he came of age. No, Even I put no stock in humans. But sire, Even I pleaded, it is my belief that a human race through the wisdom of our elders would be very unlike the humans we know now. It would be better, more like us. It would Enough, even I, Irontooth said. Don't try to convince me further. I have made my final decision. You and Whiteclaw will return this child to the nearest village immediately, and we will speak of this no more. Suddenly, a fire shot through Even I he had never felt. He forgot where he was and whom he had spoke to. He knew only one thing. He was right, and no one would take this child away from him. The child stays with me, Even I uttered through gritted teeth. Cries of astonishment came from the crowd, like the winds of a storm. Even I could hear Whiteclaw curse behind him. I'm sorry. It's like... I can't swear. That's for Mixer. But... he says it, and Whiteclaw is just like... Ooh! I see you over there! Okay. Cries of astonishment came from the crowd. Yeah, okay. Silence! The king roared. The crowd hushed, and Whiteclaw gathered the child up. He didn't know what made him do it. Later he would reason it was done out of fear for that boy, but in the eyes of the king it looked like defiance. The name of the chapter! We go off on Mixer. Okay. Irontooth looked down upon Even I and Whiteclaw with his lips curled. You two listen to me, and you listen well, Irontooth growled. If you do not obey my orders immediately, I will have you removed from your positions and branded as traitors. You will be banished from this kingdom, never to lay eyes upon the Everflame again. No bear will help you, let alone look at you. Do you understand me? The fire intensified inside of Even I. He could not allow the child to be sent back to the humans. How could this king he had followed be so heartless, so unfeeling? He began to see King Irontooth in a new light, and it sickened him. The king did not deserve his service. The king deserved his wrath, and he unleashed it upon him. Oh, I understand, good king, Even I said with sarcasm. I understand well. You would forfeit the life of this helpless boy rather than use your brain to allow rational thought. You admire your people and tradition and compliance, rather than see them grow through foresight and innovation. You would allow fear and ignorance to prevent the hope of a better day. You are a coward! Even I stood on his hind legs and roared as loudly as he ever had in his life. Whiteclaw and the child trembled behind him, and Whiteclaw muttered, Don't do this, Even. Please stop. Even I didn't hear his friend as he stood in front of the center of the court. Every bear in attendance knew what was about to happen, though not one of them could believe their ears as Even I spoke the words of fate. O king, you have fallen in mine eyes, and I no longer stand at your side. To you, I challenge! He doesn't say it like that, but, what this book, this actually is what inspired me to have this bit in my game. There's a portion where one of the characters will challenge their king, and whoever kills that king becomes the new king. And then if you die, then everyone just despises you and your family. But if you kill your king, you're the new king and everyone will love you. Most likely they'll love you. You're gonna hope that they love you, because if they don't like that you did that, then you're in a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. Okay. Okay. Even Eye's words echoed through the chamber like thunder. No one moved. No one spoke. King Irontooth's eyes were bloodshot with rage. His claws dug deep into his throne, and his jaw shook as he said, So be it. Oh god. Oh god. Chapter 3 is 28 minutes of reading, apparently. How long have we been on? We've been on for a half hour. Whoa. That's cute. Honestly, I don't know if anyone else has joined the call. If anyone else has joined the call, hello. Or not the call. I've been on Zoom too much. If you guys have been on the Twitch, the whatchamacallit, the stream, thank you, Nick. You really know how to pick them. But I hope you guys watching on YouTube are enjoying the book. I think, Emily, you might be the only one still here. Hope you're enjoying the book. I know Alexis was here last time, but she could still be here and just not have an account. But who knows? In terms of this chapter, this chapter 3 is called Blood and Fire. So this is bonkers. What I think I might do is read half of chapter 3 just to say that we read it, and then we'll go off. We'll stop the stream and we'll end that whole debacle, and then I'll go to my Mixer stream for what is it? We'll stream on Mixer like I do with the other stuff. Okay, here we go. Chapter 3, Blood and Fire. What's done is done, Whiteclaw, even I said as the bears sat in a prison cell below the courtroom with their backs turned to each other. You can't be mad at me forever. The King's Guard had arrested both of them immediately after even I had challenged the king. They didn't know where the boy had been taken, but they knew he would not be harmed until after the ritual had been completed. You should have told me what you meant to do if the king refused you, Whiteclaw grumbled. I had the right to know. You would have tried to stop me, even I said. You're damn right I would have tried to stop you. Whiteclaw turned around to face Even Eye's back. Challenge the king? You are a fool, Even Eye. I should have reported that child myself. You have ruined me, and you've ruined your wife, and you've sentenced yourself to death. Even Eye did not turn to face Whiteclaw, but he spoke calmly and clearly. I will complete the challenges, my friend, and I will not fail. Whiteclaw huffed and whirled away from Even Eye to stare at the wall. Whiteclaw had spoken of the words of fate and challenged the king, and law said Even Eye was now subject to the challenges of his own. The reward for completing all 3 challenges was the possession of the kingdom, but the penalty for failure was death. Long ago, the elder bears had written this law so the bears of the kingdom could choose a champion among them to challenge and dethrone the king that had become a tyrant. But the challenges were very difficult, as to deter anyone who might seek the throne for unjust reasons. In the history of the bears, only one new king had been crowned by this method, the warrior king Blackmaw. He was a champion of the people, and they begged him to challenge the tyrant Bloodpaw. It had happened a long time ago, and was one of the events that enshrined on the ceiling of the main tunnel. No bear that lived today had been alive to witness it. The ritual consisted... It's changing the song. What song do I want? Do I want... Yeah, we'll do Scala. I'll raise the volume a bit so you can hear Scala. Scala's a good song. Hold on, let me just raise the volume for this, because... Yeah, this is 30 minutes, isn't it? Yeah! Ready? Okay, let's lower that. Oh, no, wait, no, it goes harder later. Hold up. Okay, now it goes back down. Whatever. We're good. I just had to pop off on that one. Okay, yes. We should be good. Alright, here we go. Okay, the ritual consisted of 3 challenges. The first challenge was of the mind, the second challenge was physical, and the third, if one made it that far, was a duel against the king. The duel was fought to the death. Even Eye and Whiteclaw sat in their cell for what seemed like ages. There was very little light, and they could hear nothing of what was going on in the castle around them. Even Eye worried about Goldenheart. Undoubtedly, the king had sent for her by now. She must be terrified. Even I cursed himself for not protecting her better. Suddenly, the one torch that dimly lit in the chamber went out. The bears could hear the shuffling and clinking as the cell door opened. "Move, and you die," a voice said. Both Even I and Whiteclaw felt the cold tips of spears, and when they were fit with shackles, and were fit then with shackles and blindfolds. "Consider this your funeral march," a guard uttered. The rest of the king's guard laughed as they ushered the prisoners out of the cell. The bears didn't know where the king's guard was taking them, but even I thought he had a guess. Tales of Black Maw's challenges were told to all bears from a very young age, and there was only one place in the entire kingdom that could host such an event: the mountain arena. The king would want the entire kingdom to witness what he would expect to be the death of someone seeking the throne. Even I and Whiteclaw could see nothing as they continued on the downward sloping path leading to their fate. Even I reasoned they must be in a tunnel leading away from the castle. He could hear nothing except for the pounding of feet. After roughly 20 minutes, the lead guard called for a halt, and even I heard a door open. The tip of a spear prodded him through the opening. His shackles were removed, and then he had heard a door close behind him. He was alone. Even I removed his blindfold and found himself in a large room bisected by steel bars. Just another cell, he thought. But as he turned to look around the cell, even I found himself staring out at King Irontooth. "Why have you done this to yourself?" Irontooth asked. "You gave me no choice," even I said. "No good bear would have put that child back in hands that wished him harm. I did it to save the boy's life." "You lie," Irontooth sneered. "No bear can care that much for a human. I am no idiot. You've organized this whole charade as a reason to take the crown for yourself. You and your friend Whiteclaw seek power. That is all. Your motives are base, even I. I shall enjoy watching your death." "What do you know of my motives?" even I asked. "I have lived my life watching the kingdom of bears hide from the world. That isolation has poisoned our minds and it has clouded your judgment. Our antisocial behavior has made us the enemies that are more powerful than we give credit. I walked into that courtroom today in your service with the hope of saving a life of no less value than yours or mine. That child has done no injustice in this world, yet you condemn him. Why? Fear? Apathy? Neither is an acceptable reason. As I said, you have given me no choice." "You insult your own kind, even I," Irontooth said. "You think you forget what it is that you are." "What I am has no bearing on what is right," even I said. "It has everything to do with what is right," the king said. "There is no escaping that. Your confused logic has damned you, even I. Damned you, your friend, and your wife. Damned you, your friend, and your... I'm reading the commas the wrong way, but it's okay. You know what? I think my ring light might be ready to turn on. Because it's a very cute ring light that my friend, y'all watching on YouTube know who Alexis is. She got me the ring light, and I want to turn on the ring light. Oh, I did it wrong. That's not... I put it on the wrong way. No wonder the button was weird. Okay. Okay. I think I look better. Okay. Like, the battery life's kind of weird, but it you know, it's there for the time that I might need it to be on for, so it's whatever. So. Okay. Where'd I go? Okay. "What have you done with them?" Even I gripped the bars of his cell in sudden panic. "I've done nothing, and I will do nothing," Irontooth said. "Of course, Whiteclaw will be removed from his position, but I will do nothing other than that. Your decisions will be punishment enough for them. Who will be there for your wife after your death, What bear would marry her and take on that shame? The same for Whiteclaw, I imagine. Who knows? Maybe they will find comfort in each other's arms when you're gone." King Irontooth chuckled and turned to leave. "Oh, and as for the boy, his body shall burn upon the pyre of the Everflame for your disobedience." The king left the room as even I seethed with anger. I shall not fail, even I thought. Nothing shall stop me. Nothing. And that's where this little divider, can you see, that little division spot there? I think I'll stop this portion of it here. And then we'll continue chapter 3 next time. However, let's see, anyone message me in any way, shape, or form? I don't think so. I do not think so. I do not think so. I think we're good. Okay, so, I'm very excited for, Even Eye's redemption. No, I guess not redemption, but, his challenging against the king. I have faith. I feel like it wouldn't be put, like, the game, I mean, the book has to make him live. I mean, seriously, like, this kid, it will, like, everyone's gonna die. Unless, it would be cool if it starts off in Even Eye's, point of view, and then if Even Eye dies, then it goes to White Claw, and trying to cope with it. Or if Even Eye lives, then he becomes the new king, where the direction will go in that, but there's two directions this can go. Ultimately, if Even Eye dies, that's the worst direction, because Even Eye's relieved, he gets banished that whole way. Or I don't think he'll get banished, but still, he gets relieved of what he gets, you know, paid to do, what everyone knows him for. And then his wife's alone. What are they gonna do after that? You know, there's literally nothing that they can do. There's no justice that they can serve. Versus if Even Eye becomes king, then that puts everything in the direction that Even Eye said he would in the king's eyes. So, in that case, I think we're good, you know, on how this fight might end, but who knows? This could go both ways. I want to jam out again. You're dancing too. And do you think it's simmered down, but then the piano? Okay, whatever. This is fun. It is fun. I love it. Okay, so, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good with the stream. If you're watching live, I will be streaming on Mixer now. Mixer, what is it? Mixer.com/NicoLaGamer, right? Yes. Yes. And, I'm gonna start off with Apex. I don't know what I'm gonna play after Apex. But I did just get Attack on Titan. I got Halo Guardians. I got, I've been trying to play Tales of Vesperia again because it's been a while since I played that. Final Fantasy VIII and Ruby Grim Eclipse, which I played on during my birthday. So we're just gonna figure out what we do from there. Yeah. So if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this 1.5 chapter we've read. I'm very excited to continue on, and hopefully we can keep on with the reading with Nick. If you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to leave a like and comment on any books you want to see in the future, any predictions you might have for the book. If you've read the book, please try not to spoil it for me or anyone else. But if you haven't, which I'm assuming you haven't, because the book doesn't seem to be something that, like, a lot of people have read, so just put in the comments any predictions you have for how this book shall turn out, and I am willing to check it out. Jesus, excuse me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys either in the next video, or in this case, the next stream, but I will be moving to Mixer momentarily. Thank you. Bye-bye.